So I was going to try to power through several more Lana Turner movies because I have several more to watch. But these last two were so hard to sit through that I am now tired and need to go to bed. So I'm going to talk about the two I watched sort of briefly because they neither of them were that great. Um, One was 1951's Mr. Imperium. This is an oddity. It's in the public domain, actually, so you can find it pretty much anywhere. It's directed by Don Hartman, and it was an attempt to pair Lana Turner with Ezio Pinza during his height of fame, being the star of South Pacific, the Broadway musical. However, Ezio Pinza was in his 60s and Lana Turner was like 30, and it was a bit creepy, and he did his charm from the stage did not really translate. They actually made two films with him, MGM did, attempting to cash in on his popularity, and they were unable to capture whatever it is that made him so wonderful on the stage. He's a bit creepy in this movie. The plot is that a prince just falls in love with a showgirl, as always, in Italy. However, he has to go back to his country because of a illness, and is asking his prime minister to tell her, like, hey, I'll be back. And instead, the prime minister gives her the big brush off. And for some strange reason, they don't see each other for 12 years, at which time Lana Turner is now 30, so she's like 16, 18 when they met 12 years earlier. And she's a huge Hollywood star now, and she's trying to find someone to play a king in her next movie. And oh, lo and behold, she's in Palm Springs, and so is him. However, now he has a son, and who's about to ascend the throne, and all kinds of complicated, strange things happen. And mostly I was really bored. But it does have a great role for Marjorie Main, as well as a very young Debbie Reynolds. So it's worth it to, I think, for Debbie Reynolds fans to seek that out. The first half kind of reminded me of bits and pieces of September Affair, which was 1950, so right around the same time of like two people falling in love in the Mediterranean seaside, basically. But September Affair is a much better film. So I don't know. This just really didn't work for anyone involved. Lana Turner does some singing, but she doesn't actually sing in this. She was dubbed. It's a strange one. The next one I watched, I really don't understand why this was a movie. Like, I mean, I do and I don't at the same time. This was John Farrow's The Sea Chase from 1955. It's based on a novel that was inspired by a true story of a German freighter captain who was kicked out of the German Navy because he wouldn't support Nazis earlier in the 30s. He's in Australia. He knows that war's about to break out, so he wants to get back to Germany, even though he's against the Nazi party. The German consul of Australia asks that he give safe harbor to a spy who's needed for, I guess, the Third Reich, played by Lana Turner. So she's like a German spy. And off they go, and then they get chased by the British Navy, and the British Navy captain guy is David Farrar from, like, Black Narcissus, and he's fantastic. And so you're, like, supposed to be rooting for John Wayne and Lana Turner's characters, but, like, she's a Nazi spy? Like, and he's, like, why does he want to get back to Germany if he doesn't support that Germany? It makes no sense to me, and they never really explain it, and except it's, fatherland or whatever, and it just didn't really make any sense to me. What I did enjoy, though, was a very small performance from the one, the only Tab Hunter, and he was quite good. And Lana Turner was fabulous, and she had bright red nails the whole time. And John Quaylen is really great as the engineer who figures out how to keep the boat going, even though they keep running out of coal and fuel and things. But I didn't understand who I was supposed to root for in this movie. I didn't understand why I could care about any of these characters. I mean, I guess it's a nice change of pace from all the, like, gung-ho patriotic war films of the 40s, but, like, still, I don't understand. Like, it just boggled my mind. So, this is The Sea Chase from 1955. I did not particularly care for either of these films. That said, they're on Watch TCM, so you can watch them, and I think you can rent. Well, Mr. Imperium is not on Watch TCM, but it's in the public domain, so you can watch it like on archive.org and Amazon and all kinds of places. And the Sea Chase is on Watch TCM as well as you can rent it on Amazon. But honestly, it's for completists only. John Wayne yells all of his lines. I can like fight for John Wayne 90% of the time in terms of him being an actor, because there's so many roles where he's really good in. But then in this one, he's just screaming all the lines, and I'm like, why? Why you gotta be like that? So, yeah, this is the Sea Chase, and Mr. Imperium. I'm being a completist here, so. But neither of them really had enough Lana Turner to make it worth it. So there you have it. Have a good night. I've got several more to watch tomorrow. It's going to be like a 3-day Lana Turner fest. It might never end. I might just watch Lana Turner until my eyes bleed. But that's okay. I feel like all I have left is like not the great ones. But I did find that Ziegfeld Girl is available for rent because I missed it. I might watch that also. We'll see what happens. I'm sorry if you were expecting a variety of video reviews from me and all you're getting is Lana Turner, but that's where I'm at right now in my life, and I'm just trying to watch them before they expire. So have a good night. This won't turn off. Oh, God. Now have a good night.